Welcome to the Great Awakening Ministry. I am Minister and Yogini Joanne Lee. And on this week's show, we have Noémi Bates. Noémi has been a dedicated practitioner of King Yoga for over 25 years, leading workshops and King Yoga experience events at the Aetherius Temple in London, as well as regular practice sessions with the Awakening Through King Yoga international online community. She is a firm believer in the transformational power of mystic yoga, breathing, mantra chanting, spiritual healing, prayer, and the practice of positive visualization and affirmation, all of which she incorporates into her daily life.
UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much for inviting me on the show. It's a pleasure to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to the Great Awakening Show, because, I love King Yoga, Dr. King, and I love the Aetherius Society, and I'm planning to go to a few more up and coming events that are coming. So
Brilliant.
You can tell us all about the Aetherius Society, during this wonderful interview.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. It's such an important topic as well, positive affirmation, and also using positive visualization in our daily life, because they're very, very powerful tools. Then if we incorporate them in our daily routine, it's been proven that they have tangible benefits on our mental well-being, physical well-being, and also they can help to support us in achieving our goals.
Definitely. And please tell our audience exactly, describe what positive visualization and affirmation are, and how, they can go about doing this.
Absolutely. Well, I'll start with positive affirmation because it's all about reprogramming our subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is the storehouse of all our experiences and instincts. And I'm not just referring to this life. It goes back lives before that as well. So it's a tremendous storehouse of memory we have in our subconscious mind. And if we use our subconscious correctly by feeding it with positivity, with positive affirmations, it really can help to promote a sense of calm within ourselves, which we need in our daily life, don't we? I mean, I run the Awakening Hour on most Saturdays here in our center. And the last time when I've asked the participants what would they like to get out of the 1 hour session, all of them, or if not most of them, they said inner peace.
Yeah.
People find it so difficult to find peace, to sit down, to be calm, or go into meditation. Not many people do that because we just live in a very, very busy environment as well. And it's just difficult to find that peaceful state of being. But there are many practices that we can do. And as you know, you practice yoga yourself. Many practices we can do to calm the mind and bring great control into ourselves. But starting with positive affirmation, it's very, very straightforward because we can do it any time of the day. Even when we are walking on the street, we can reaffirm positivity within ourselves. For example, a very well-known one is, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better and better and better. And with affirmation it's just to have this inner conviction. When we are repeating it, we can do it in our mind. If we're walking on a street, probably we don't want to say it out loud. But if we are out in nature or no one can hear us, then we can say it out loud. And perhaps when we say affirmation out loud, it's easier to say it with great conviction, because that's very, very important. And then we're going to bring amazing changes within ourselves. But the importance is to say it on a regular basis. And it will start, as I mentioned, it will start feeding the subconscious mind with positivity, very, very positive affirmation, and changes will be brought about. It can bring strength to bolster our self-esteem, can definitely lead to positive behavioral changes within ourselves. And we can also expect better health outcomes. We can use a positive affirmation to improve on our health. If it's we've got a painful leg, you could say, my leg is getting better and better and better and better.
Definitely.
And then when we apply visualization as well, then we are reaffirming it even more, because we're not just using affirmation, but we are giving power by visualizing ourselves getting better or being well. The key is not to visualize negativity. Always visualize ourselves well and healthy and happy, because we are giving power to that.
That's absolutely beautiful, because our words really are spells, aren't they not?
Absolutely.
And I remember, there's in the book of Thomas that was edited out of the Bible, there's two amazing things. And it says, when the two become one, and lots of people say that it's saying when the feeling, the vibration that we give out, and the visualization, like the affirmation and the visualization, when they come together, when they marry, then that goes out into, the quantum, into the spiritual heavenly realms, and we can bring it back as form in our life, which is so, it's just miraculous. We're miraculous, aren't we? We are really miraculous, and we don't realize this, how powerful we are.
We are very, very powerful beings. In fact, we are energy. We are prana. We are universal life force, or a great master said, we are solidified sunlight. We live in a sea of energy. We also live in a sea of mind. And there are 5 major pranas that actually come from the sun, through the sun, because they're universal life forces, also known as chi. And they flow in 32-minute intervals from the sun. But there are also 5 minor pranas that come from other sources within the solar system. And these pranas, these 10 energies, are held together by mind, which is an all-pervasive energy, all-pervasive power, which is outside of ourselves, but yet it is still a portion of our brain's function. But this is held together by mind, these 10 energies, and everything we see around us in creation is prana, held together by mind. And the reason that everything is different, because either inanimate or animate objects, everything is going through experience. We are here to learn and experience. There's one exception to that when we're talking about the human being, is the spirit, or our divine, all-powerful self. Now, that is not prana. It's greater than that. It's spark of God. And more we go into our spiritual practices, which are so important, as you so well know yourself, because you're very much engaged in yoga practices. But our higher self, our true self, is yearning, is crying out for spirituality. It's crying out to go within, to contact that all-knowledge space, all-powerful divine self, which we are.
Yes.
We just need to tap into it. And spiritual practices, they help us to concentrate our mind, help us to focus, help us to sensitize ourselves so we can tap into higher mind, higher inspiration, higher guidance, intuition, so important. Until we are able to, through great control, as Dr. George King, our founder and spiritual leader, demonstrated himself. He practiced various forms of yoga, pranayama, which is yoga breathing, mantra chanting, which I also teach, and other forms of yoga, including hatha yoga, which is the spiritual postures. He practiced it for some 10 years, 8-9 hours a day on average. But through this tremendous control, he was able to raise Kundalini, this primeval force, which is more or less lying dormant within us all, raise it in full through the chakras. We have chakras in our aura, into a higher chakra, and enter the deeper states of meditation in the East known as samadhi.
Yeah.
But he even raised it further than that and entered cosmic consciousness more than once.
Mm.
But even that is not our ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal on this earth is ascension.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ultimate one, where the yogis, they say that they achieved the Merkaba, the rainbow body, the light energy body, and then they can travel to wherever multi-dimensional, universe that they can. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is unbelievable if you really think about it, and I think it's so important to think. Unfortunately, lots of people on this world don't really think about life. Perhaps they think about day-to-day life, but not why are we here? Mm-hmm. What is my purpose in life? Mm-hmm. And I'm originally from Slovakia, and when I was in my late teens, I felt this burning desire to find answers to my questions on my spiritual journey. Mm. And I kept asking them, and I knew, and I knew that one day the questions will come to me. And that was quite reassuring as well. And I had some interesting experiences about that too. It's a kind of a vision. I saw a person, and it was more like a representation, I feel now. It was of Dr. King, but he was, because I haven't met him back then, and it was a representation of him, someone dressed in white robe, which is like purity, and having a long beard, hair, it's like a great oracle. And around him, there were some books, not many, but some books, a small library of his writings, but they were very, very precious. And I knew that I'm going to find what I'm searching for, and it was so reassuring. It was a wonderful feeling.
That must have been like him coming into your aura and calling you in. He was like calling you, come find me.
Yes.
Answers to, because I've read about 3 of his books now, and they are unbelievable. I mean, the more I know, the more there is to know, and he just goes so deep with Lawrence as well. It's so fascinating and beautifully and easily to understand.
Yes.
Dr. King and the Aetherius Society's teachings, very easily, accessible and beautiful.
It is, and that was one of the things, apart from his great wisdom, that really resonated with me, was his straight talking, very down to earth, easily understandable language he used on topics that perhaps is quite difficult it's very difficult to explain. But he was able to, had this ability to explain it in a very, very simple language, so as many people as possible could understand it and relate to it. So he was very relatable. That's for certain. And really his message resonated with me. And I think that's where intuition is so key. Because when I was searching, it wasn't straight away I came across the Aetherius Society. I went through other groups, and I feel they were stepping stones for me. And to open up my understanding as well about metaphysical concepts, about spirituality. And I feel that really helped me. But throughout the way, always in anything I read, anything I heard, and I think this is key to anyone who is searching, I kept asking myself and try to listen to my intuition, asking myself, does it ring truth to me?
Yes.
How does it feel? Is it possible? Is it plausible? And when I felt that it felt right, then I continued with my research.
That's the most important thing. Yeah. Whenever you're watching anything, on the internet or anything, it has to resonate with your soul.
Absolutely. And not follow something blindly, because it won't last. It won't be lasting. And that's why with spiritual practices, and I hope you will be able to do some practical things as well with affirmation and visualization, is because we have to experience it. We have to prove it to ourselves that it is a real thing.
Yes.
What we are doing is a real thing. It does work.
And I guarantee that it works. I was in a tiny little house, 6 months ago, but I was in my little cave writing my book and doing on my spiritual journey and everything with my children. And I was visualizing and I was writing my affirmations and saying them and speaking out every day. I would meditate and do on my spiritual journey and do my yoga and my Kundalini. And I know that I manifested this beautiful big 6-bedroom house with the most beautiful garden. I know it because I visualized it in my mind.
Yes.
I have my purple sofa. I have my bedroom. And it's almost exactly how I envisioned it in my mind. And it's a testament. And every time my children, they say, Mum, it was you. You told us all about this every day, that this was going to happen.
Yes.
Come true.
It is true, and people can prove it to themselves. But also, motive is important while we're doing certain things, and obviously, you're doing it for your work, which is so important. So, what we are visualizing is not purely for selfish reasons, and it's also good to use our visualization to help others as well, and which we can do: send out love energy, light energy to our world. So it can work in so many ways. And then studies have been done as well. Going back to affirmation, John Hopkins study found that people who are actually positive individuals who have a family history of heart disease were 33% less likely to experience cardiovascular problems. So it really does work, and it has been proven as well. So when we affirm positive affirmation, we really can boost our self-esteem, our focus, confidence. Even athletes use affirmation and positive visualization.
Before they win, they run it over in their mind. And the key is, it's like the prayer fulfilled. Always imagine and visualize and say in the now that it is already done. It's already been fulfilled. You're already living in the end result. Yeah?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So it's just like, it is fascinating, and mind over matter. I mean, that's what we are here to actually manifest it in our lives, to gain full control, as the yogis can do, gain control of not just their mind, but also their body. There was author of Mind Over Medicine, Dr. Lisa Rankin, actually focused in her research on cases of spontaneous healing. And she found that, for example, loneliness, so many people going through loneliness and depression, especially in the age of mobile phones. So many people are on social media. There is not that much interaction, face-to-face interaction, which is so important, because we're not just physical bodies. We also have an aura around us, and we are interchanging energy amongst ourselves. When we're walking down the street, we do it subconsciously. We're not conscious of it. But when we give healing, or when we talk to a friend, we feel better about it, because we are affected by their energy as well, by their love, their compassion, their understanding they radiate. So it is also important to have gratitude and meditation in our lives, because it can help in the body's self-healing process. On the other hand, if we are negative, if we have a negative thought pattern, it will definitely interfere with our subconscious mind. And it will have a negative impact, or can have a negative impact, not on our mental well-being, but also on our physical well-being.
Yeah.
So it's very important to find this balance. And affirmation is fantastic for that. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better and better. Because every time we say this, either mentally or out loud with conviction, we are reaffirming it, sending positive impulses to the subconscious mind, instructing it, because we are in control, instructing it to get better, and it will get better.
Yeah.
And this simple affirmation will also increase our confidence and manifest positive qualities within ourselves. So it's very, very powerful.
Definitely. And as you said as well, it's so important to give that out through our prayers and giving out that peace and love. You can say, I give out peace, love, abundance, and healing to all of the world, because what you're giving out will always come back to you. We're only one.
Yes.
There's only one. There's only one soul consciousness, all shared by all souls. We can't harm another, for we'll be harming ourselves. And giving that out is so important, that service to others. Even if you can't do anything spiritually, that's so important to give that out.
Yes, it's very important to give out positivity to others, have that positive intention, radiate love energy to the world. Goodness me, this is so desperately, there's so much suffering is going on in different parts of the world. And in the Aetherius Society, we engaged in outpouring of spiritual energy, love energy, on a daily basis. We do it in our temple in London and in other centers around the world. But we appreciate not everyone can come to us. So we also stream world healing services on 12blessings.org website every day. And we can also join together, just raising the hands and sending love energy out through the heart chakra and the palms of the hands, because we have chakras in the palms of the hands as well. So we can do so much to bring on more positive conditions, not just within ourselves, but also in our world as well. And interestingly is that if we send out love energy to others, we're also helping ourselves.
Yes, because that's what Jesus said, what you give, you shall receive.
Yes. What you give out, you get back as well.
Yeah.
So it's very, very true. Very, very true. And there's a great quote. I would like to say this great quote by the Lord Buddha, who said that, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. The mind is everything. What you think, you become.
Absolutely beautiful.
It's beautiful, isn't it? There's another beautiful affirmation we can do, which is actually in this book, Realize Your Inner Potential, written by yoga master Dr. George King with Richard Lawrence. Rich has been on your show a number of times. And all the practices in there and visualizations we'll be doing are safe to do, but very, very potent. And another affirmation that is in this book is, I am the divine presence, which is creating perfection throughout my whole life. And if we keep repeating that, I am the divine presence, which we are, which is creating perfection throughout my whole life. It's trying to do that. It's trying to guide us. Our intuition is continually trying to guide us. It's just for us to be able to listen to it and hear it and act upon it. That's the secret.
And that's where meditation Stilling the mind and the contemplation is so important, because if our mind is all over the place, we don't have a channel to receive that,
Yeah.
divine intelligence. That's why we've got to have that solid, still mind state where we can receive, where our heart, mind, and opens receive. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there are many practices that we can do, but uh, because we take prana into ourselves in three main ways, which is through the food we eat, liquids we drink, and also through breathing. It's the most powerful way to take pranic energy into ourselves, but also through deep yogic breathing, we also training our mind. Focusing our mind, training our concentration to be more focused. It's key. Without concentration, it's very difficult to do anything. And it's not just spiritual practices, meditation, but even at work. If
Yes,
we can't focus on one task ahead, jumping from one thing to another, we can't achieve very much.
that's very true. And how can we harness the power of the mind? How come, just help us with like a little bit of a practice that we can do, that in the morning we can wake up and we can just help us to, because I know it's so difficult for people that, we live in such a stressful world. There's so much, we get bombarded by so many things all the time. So to have that little bit of, harnessing that power and that still mind. Yes.
Okay. Well, I can guide through your listeners through simple breathing practice, but also visualization, because it's a very balancing as well, bringing harmony, inner peace into ourselves, which is really key. So, for that, if people would like to join in, just please sit up straight. Now, if you're sitting on a chair, make sure that your feet are firmly on the ground. If you are seated cross-legged, then still make sure that the spine is straight and the head is slightly tilted back. And the palms are facing downwards on our knees because, as I mentioned, we have chakras in the palms of our hands and we want to keep the energy within. And the reason why it's important to have a straight spine, straight back, is because we're working with energy. And we want the energy, the pranic energy, to flow through us freely. So let's just do that. And also it's important to relax the body. So you could roll the shoulders around and briefly just scan through the body. Even when we wake up in the morning, we might feel a bit achy if we didn't sleep well. So we could do this, just scan through the body from the feet all the way up the legs, the torso, the arms, the shoulders, the head, to the top of the head. And if you notice any tension, just allow it to melt away, allow it to dissipate, and relax. And once we have done that, let's turn our focus to our breathing. Very simple, in and out breathing through the nose. Take a deep breath in through the nose, expand the lungs on the in-breath, and breathe all the way down into the stomach. Make it a deep breath, and on the out-breath, pull in the diaphragm, expelling the air from the lungs. So make this a long, rhythmic breathing to a measured count without straining yourself. That's the key. Do not strain. Whatever feels comfortable, just breathe in and out gently through the nose and out through the nose. It's a very powerful practice, this is. The first breathing exercise from the Realizing Your Potential book out of 6. And it is designed to bring great balance, internal harmony. And if you're able to, you could even enhance this breathing by visualizing pure white light, white energy flowing in on the in-breath, in through the nose, to allow it to circulate throughout your body and aura. Because we have a subtle nervous system in our aura, which connects the chakras. The chakras are connected to our spine. So you breathe in, visualize pure white light flowing in on the in-breath and circulating, filling your body and aura. It's a very powerful visualization, white light, healing energy. The reason we visualize white because it contains all the colors of the spectrum. So just do this now, deep rhythmic breathing. And to top it up, it also comes with an affirmation. I am now purifying my mind and body. I am now purifying my mind and body. Saying this affirmation on the in-breath and on the out-breath. Visualize white light flowing in and filling your whole being. As you continue with this deep rhythmic breathing, visualization and affirmation, thinking it with great conviction, I am now purifying my mind and body. Let's just continue just a little longer so we get great benefit from this. I am now purifying my mind and body. I am now purifying my mind and body. When you feel ready, just stop the affirmation and the visualization and quickly make a mental note, an inner note, how you're feeling. Do you feel recharged, energized? How do you feel? Any sensation you're feeling in your body, an aura, perhaps tingling or heat or cold? Just make a mental note. Perhaps you feel some of your chakras more energized because we were drawing pranic energy into us through the chakras, which will move the energy also within our aura. And we'll feel this reaction more and more we do it. Just make a mental note And I would like now lead you to a very sacred practice of a white light. White is a very healing color. So draw this down now, this pure white living energy. This time down through the head and the brain structure. And as it flows down through you, really try to feel and see the brain recharge with this vibrant living energy, white in color. And then draw this down through the neck, down the shoulders, down the arms, down the torso, and for a moment, place it in the heart chakra, which is situated a few inches front of the breastbone within the aura. And really try to feel and see this center being now activated with this pure white light. Let's activate our center of love with this wondrous energy. And just note what you feel, if anything. Do not strain, but allow this great power flow down through you. And now draw it further down the legs and out through the feet, bathing you now, your whole being, your body and aura bathing you in white vibration. It's wonderful for self-healing, this visualization. Bathe yourself in this now. Draw it into you like a magnet. Do not strain, but relax. Just ensure you're sitting up straight so this power, this great energy can flow through you freely. And to potentize this self-healing, let's place the right hand on the solar plexus center, which is just above the belly button. And let's place the left hand on top of the right, which is palm to palm. Because our solar plexus is our battery center. It receives energy, it gives out energy. So now we're going to recharge it with white light. So keep visualizing white light flowing down through you. But this time visualize this white energy flow into the solar plexus center and send it there through the palms of the hand. And just visualize this center, this battery center, the solar plexus, now being charged with this white vibration, white light. Use all the powers of your concentration, this key, to visualize this white energy. As you're now giving yourself healing, which we all need, wonderful healing energy, which is all around us. We only have to tap into this pranic energy and condition it with our love. And we can bring about wonderful healing within ourselves, and when we send it out to others, in others too. So let's just continue visualizing this white light filling the solar plexus center. And while we are in this very delicate, attuned state to higher vibration, higher energy, great spiritual power, let's now mentally repeat the affirmation. If you wish, you can do it out loud. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better and better and better. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better and better and better. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better and better and better. And you can say this affirmation for 5-10 minutes just before going to sleep. And it will be very beneficial for us. And when you're ready, just place the palms on your legs. Make once again a mental note how this visualization and affirmation and deep breathing made you feel like. Do you feel any different? And if so, how? And when you are ready, if you wish, just open the eyes.
Absolutely beautiful, Noemi. It was really, really, it's just, your voice is hypnotic as well. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And
It is fantastic.
it
Practice
is,
is simple.
it is. And it's harnessing the divine, I call it, it's just the divine love light energy, which can only come from within.
Absolutely.
When we closed our eyes and we bring it down, for us, we're healing ourselves. And then once we're full, we can give that out to the
We
world.
can give it out to others. It's very, very powerful. And visualization, this white light. And if we have time, I can also briefly guide your listeners through another very powerful visualization for protection of violet flame. And that's another very, very powerful practice, visualization we can do. And if we combine visualization and affirmation, we can really amplify the effects of it. And if I may, there's this beautiful quote that Dr. King gave in this book about universal life forces and prana, gives us a better understanding what prana is. And I find it truly inspiring. If I may, I would like to very quickly share it with your listeners. He says, every breath we take, every mouthful of liquid or solid we consume, is charged with that vital life force known in the East as prana. In fact, prana is the sum total of all cosmic energy. It is the energy which enables you to bend your little finger. It is the energy which, manifesting as gravitation, causes a passing meteor to be drawn into the orbit of a planetary body. Without prana, there could be no motion of any kind, and all cosmic manifestation would fade into its original state of dark, motionless potential. For prana is the energy which brings forth the realization of the original possibilities into the numerous phases of activated manifestation which constitute the whole of cosmic creation. Then he goes and he says, for prana is life.
It is. It's the divine love light energy of the Most High, of God, Goddess, whatever you source, whatever you wish to say. And that's why we're here, isn't it, Noemi, to bring that through us into this earth realm, so that we can heal ourselves and heal others. Yeah.
Yes, because we're all connected. It's not just you and I, or your family, or or friends. We are all connected. All life, everything in creation, came from one source. Whether we believe in God or the Absolute or Brahma or Jehovah, whatever name we wish to give it, it's still the same thing.
Yes.
The religions, similarly, they all lead back to that one creative source from where we all came from there. Therefore, we are all connected. Our thoughts will affect others. Our emotions will affect others. And also how we interact with other people will not only affect others, but us as well. What you give out, you get back. As you sow, so shall you reap. It's karma. Yeah. Karma is a fantastic teacher. I love karma. Personally, I love karma. Yeah. Because sometimes when you go through life and feel like, no, that was unfair, and I feel like I can't do anything about that, especially if another person is mean to you and just it's not in your power to change that, because you can't change other people. All we can do is send them healing.
Yes.
And then they catch.
But we don't have to, because they will face and have to go through their own karma for doing that. It's the consequence of every thought, feeling, yes, word, and action in this life, but also in other lives. And I believe that it's very important, because it's not just about us hurting that immediate person. When we hurt another, then they will go out and do the same to another, and on it goes like a ripple effect. And
absolutely,
through our one mishurt, thought, feeling, word, or action, we can actually, that will affect that maybe thousands of people. So it's very important to be the master. We're here to learn to be the master of our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. We're here to, turn them into sacred thoughts, feelings, words, and actions, aren't we?
We are indeed, yes, absolutely, because thoughts are so powerful. They don't just affect us, but it affects, because our thoughts are real things. They go into the mind belt. And there are some practices, actually. If we have a negative thought, then we can actually take it into ourselves. It's called the mental hand practice. We can take it back into our solar plexus center and visualize white light to transmute it. So it's no longer clogging up or contaminating, the ethers of space around us. So even of our thoughts, we're in total control, and our emotions as well. We should be able to be in control of our whole being, and just be mindful of how we interact with other people as well, because words can be hurtful, but words can also be loving and kind and compassionate. So yes, it's very, very important.
Yeah, definitely. And with the beautiful, the imagination, because I just think that this is everything in our world was once in the imagination of the beholder who created it. And this is the creation process. We are created in the image of God, goddess, source, whichever you wish to say. And therefore we are the creator of our life, with our thoughts, feelings, words, and vibrations, of our spiritual destiny. Yes, and it's such an important responsibility to heighten our vibration, to bring that light in, to heal ourselves, to become the healed healer, to therefore give that out to others.
Yes, absolutely. And we can channel white light through us and just radiate it going at plants. I've got an orchid, and it wasn't flowering for quite some time, and I gave it some healing, some love, and it started flowering again. Animals, pets, they so respond to healing as well. I remember, actually, I used to have a Burmese cat, and I was very, very close to it. I called him Prince, because he behaved like a royalty. And once I was quite poorly, and I had a sore throat. And he never done that before, and he didn't do it ever since, is that he placed his neck on my neck and gave me healing. I was absolutely extraordinary. And when he stopped, the sore throat was gone.
Powerful.
So animals, definitely, they give healing as well. When we go
Yes.
out into nature,
Mm.
plant life, trees, it's just different energy, prana, different energy. Yes, definitely. So we can all do that. I mean, we can do it right now. So it's very simple. If anyone would like to join in, just raise the hands and just visualize white light flow down through the head once again, because we are channels of pranic energy.
Mm-hmm.
And we condition it ourselves, and we could visualize this white energy, pranic energy, condition it with our love flowing out to the world, and visualize it flowing out from the palms of the hands and a heart chakra, and have a great, great love and feeling for humanity. And visualize our world living in peace, people living in harmony with one another. And then we'll be giving power to our visualization. We help it to bring about. And then we can also do a little prayer. For example, Almighty God, we pray now that thy power of love flow through us, so that it may flow forth to the world, filling the hearts and minds of the human race, so that they may realize their true potential, so that they may look within and contact the divine spark, the all-knowing, all-powerful self which is within us all, and allow this divine self to guide us in our daily life, guide humanity to manifest their true potential and live in peace and in harmony with one another. And we visualize this white energy flowing through us in great abundance, in love, in compassion. And then when we're finished, we say a little prayer of thankfulness. It's all part of the magic. O wondrous creator of all life, I thank you for using me as channel of your holy power of healing and upliftment at this time. And then as we finish, there's it's an ancient practice. So brush the right palm against the left, and it stops the flow of pranic energy that we have just channeled through us. And it also signifies completion of our practice. And then we detach. And we can do it after any spiritual practice we do, right at the very end. It's a very, very potent and powerful practice. And just doing this practice, doing this visualization of love energy, I can really feel the heart chakra activating more. I can feel tingling in the palms of the hands, and I've got this great feeling of peace, feeling that I have done something good. And that does feel good. You know, when we help someone, it does feel good. We're not doing it for that reason.
Yeah.
But it's just the reaction we get back.
Yeah. And we can do it on our pets and our loved ones and our children and our parents, you know, bringing that energy, if they've got a pain, you know, concentrating and bringing that through us, through the heart, through the chakras, and onto that pain that they may have, you know, and envisioning them that they are feeling healthy and beautiful, you know, and in perfect health again.
Very important. That's a very good point. We don't visualize them unwell, even if we've sent distant healing. Same method, visualizing white light flowing out to a loved one who we can't give hands-on healing. Visualize them well. If they are poorly in bed, visualize them happy and healthy and you know, doing their day-to-day business. But we never give power to our never give power to negative visualization, because you're empowering that. Always keep it positive. Same with affirmation. Just going back to affirmation, I think that's a very important point, is that if, for example, we have a broken leg, rather than saying that my leg is healthy, that is the wrong affirmation, because we are trying to actually lie to our subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind will say, well, no, I know the leg is broken. It's not healthy. So a more balanced affirmation would be, my leg is getting better and better and better and better. Or my leg is getting healthier and healthier and healthier and healthier. So the healing process can start and continue. I think that's I would like to say that's a very important point. So we're being truthful to ourselves, not lying to ourselves, but we can still make it a positive affirmation.
And that love light energy is going in to the cells of the body and raising the vibration. It's the love vibration. It's raising the vibration of that cell into a higher vibration, into a healthier, higher, love vibration, which is healing.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Love energy. It's impersonal. It's not binding. It's not possession. It's beyond that. It's way above that. It's above mind as well. Love is impersonal, knows no boundaries. So when we send it out to the world, when we send it out to individuals, it will go there. It will get there. And more we can visualize this pranic energy, white light, and send it out with the deepest feeling of love we have, more powerful it will become. And the reason, you don't have to like someone to love them. Because love energy will work. You could send healing to the whole world.
Not just the good ones. You're going to give it to everyone, even the despots and the terrorists. You got to give it to everyone.
Everyone. And strangely enough, they need it most.
Oh,
Those
yes,
people
yes.
who are lost their way, and the hearts are yearning to be filled with this love energy.
But they've never had love, have they? Probably.
No, they need reminding. They need reminding that love energy, is there. In fact, higher vibrational energy is all around us. We just need to be able to sensitize ourselves through practices, through visualizations as such. So raising our consciousness to higher things. When we pray, we're raising our consciousness to greater than ourselves, to God, to Brahma, to the creator of all life, to the absolute. That's what we do. We're continually trying to raise our vibrations. And when we send that love energy, we're activating our higher chakras. Chanting, mantra chanting, Sanskrit chanting is a beautiful, very powerful way to raise our consciousness and draw into ourselves higher mind, higher vibration of energy, and that will really start to balance and activate higher chakras. So creativity, intuition, inspiration can flow in.
Beautiful. Wow. Honestly, Noemi, I feel really, really peaceful and loving now after your beautiful showing us the beautiful practices that the Aetherius Society, you're a priestess there, aren't you? And,
Yes.
You've been with them for 20 years, which is wonderful. So please tell us, where can we go, tell it to us online, but also in England, where the Aetherius Society is.
Yes, so we got a headquarters in London, in Fulham, and we got a beautiful temple that anyone is very welcome to come along. We hold services on Sunday and Mondays. We also hold a mission called Operation Prayer Power, interestingly, where we store spiritual energy, love energy, in a physical container, battery, which contains crystals and other precious metals, and so that energy can later be released to the world. And online as well, people can join in with other activities too, self-development practices. So the website is Aetherius, which is AETHERIUS.org, which I'm sure it will be on your YouTube page as well, where you'll find all our upcoming activities and ongoing activities. We also got an extremely active Facebook page called the Awakening Group, where other people and myself also guide participants through mystic visualizations and affirmations, just what we did today, and also sending out energy to the world. So you'll find all our information, what we do in Aetherius Society, on aetherius.org. And we also have a center up in North as well. And so it's all listed in different parts of the country too, in around the world.
Absolutely fantastic. And I would just want to say, Noemi, it's been such a pleasure, and an honor to have you here today, and for you to give us and guide us through, and to help our audience just, feel that beautiful love light energy inside of them, so that they can give it to themselves and to the world. So thank you for being on the Great Awakening Show.
Oh, it was my absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
Lovely. Oh, it was so wonderful.